Good evening and welcome, one and all, to Pacific414 Pop Talk. I am your host, Mike, once again in the Wednesday edition. It is going to be a 2-hour edition of Pop Talk. We will talk about the four main articles I have planned for tonight, and I also have two bonus articles if we have enough time to get to them. And of course, just like last week, once I sound the buzzer, it is time to move on to the next article. Now, unlike the Sunday edition, which will continue in the original format of Pacific 4 and 4 Pop Talk, where we can go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours, the Wednesday editions, as voted on by you, the subscribers and viewers of Pacific 4 and 4, both here on the YouTube channel and over on Twitter, will be 2 hours. So let me shut myself up as I put out the invite link. I have already handed out the link to Baron Armontag, so when he's able to pop in, I look forward to seeing him here. But there is the link. I will go ahead and pin it into the chat right now. And while that is happening, I will proceed to read one of our first articles for tonight. And speaking of the articles for tonight, those articles are the following. From Cosmic Book News, we have an article regarding a new Karate Kid film in the works. We also have a story from Comic Book Resources talking about Invincible's third season already in production. The next article I have lined up comes from Anime News Network, and it talks about Chainsaw Man anime revealing its English subtitle trailer and more cast along with an opening theme. We'll take a look at that as well. And the other article I have is from comicbook.com talking about the release of Dragon Ball The Breakers open beta this month. And that open beta has actually just less than an hour to go before it actually goes live. Then the other story I have lined up, if we get to it, is James Cameron doesn't know if Avatar 2 will be successful. Well, if it's successful at one thing and make me fall asleep, then hey, there we go, because that's what the first one did. And of course, the last article for tonight, if we get to it, will be YouTube doesn't really care if you dislike a video on their platform, according to this article from WCCF Tech. And I do want to say good evening to Kathy Skywalker. Hope you're doing well this evening. And let's go ahead and get into one of our first articles here. And that first article will actually be about the Dragon Ball The Breakers open beta. I have already downloaded this game from Steam, and I will be streaming it at some point this week. I'm on a couple other games that I have planned on streaming and trying out. But this article here from comicbook.com says Dragon Ball The Breakers open beta coming this month. I'll go ahead and put the link to this article in the chat in case anybody would like to read it. And the article was posted on the 19th. It's by Mark Deschamps. It says Dragon Ball The Breakers is set to release next month, but fans of the anime franchise will have an opportunity to dive into the game thanks to an open beta scheduled to take place this month. The game's official Twitter account has revealed that the open beta will begin September 21st, which is today, at 6 p.m. Pacific time, and will last through September 25th until 1 a.m. Pacific time. The beta will be open to players on all platforms, including Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC via Steam. Excuse me. Goes on to say, for those that missed out on the closed beta, this should be exciting news. Yes, it should. So, the article continues by saying information on this game's open beta can be found in the tweet embedded below. And real quick, I do want to say good evening to the old man. How are you doing tonight, sir? Says in this tweet from Dragon Ball The Breakers Twitter account, an open beta test for Dragon Ball The Breakers will run from September 21st of this year to September 25th. So that will be one of the games. I will actually stream it, test it out, and I will let you know what I think about this open beta. It goes on to say Dragon Ball The Breakers is an asymmetrical multiplayer game in a style similar to titles such as Friday the 13th, the game. In multiplayer co op, 7 customizable survivor characters have been transported to a temporal seam alongside a raider. The survivors must use the super time machine to get back home, but the raider will do everything in its power to stop them. The game's raiders are represented by 3 iconic characters from the series: Blue, Cell, and Frieza. In the game, survivors can band together to avoid the raider or simply work to ensure their own survival. The Dragon Ball franchise has inspired a number of different video games across countless platforms. From what Bandai Namco has shown so far, Dragon Ball The Breakers seems quite different from any other game based on the series. It remains to be seen whether the Breakers can live up to the proud history of Dragon Ball Z, but with the beta set to begin next week, fans will get to see for themselves very soon. Dragon Ball The Breakers is set to release October 14th on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and PC via Steam. In the meantime, readers can check out our previous coverage of all things Dragon Ball Z. What do you think of Dragon Ball The Breakers? Well, like I said, I am going to stream from the beta by testing it out. I don't know when I'm going to do it. Of course, I have to do it within the window of opportunity that they're giving folks to test it out. But I will be testing it. If not tomorrow, then it will probably be on Friday. And the reason why I'm saying I don't know when I'm going to do it is because Gundam Evolution becomes available on Steam for full play. It's already available to download, but you won't be able to actually play Gundam Evolution until 10 o'clock Eastern tonight, 7 o'clock on the West Coast. So, 2 games to test out, and I'll give you my thoughts on those games and whether they're worth playing. Of course, with Gundam Evolution, that's actually a multiplayer team game, so that'll actually be quite interesting depending on what kind of team you get and how well you work with your teammates on solving the different problems of the mission. And let's see. Old man says, "Oh, and hell, Pacific 414. LDU again, sir. It's always good to see you." So yes, I just thought that this was interesting that they had some beta testing this week. I thought, you know what, I'll go into my Steam account and I'll see if I'm gonna be accepted. And luck of the draw, I was accepted. So I'm looking forward to this. Looking forward to this because I might actually buy the full game if I like it. You never know. It's a good way to test a game out too if you're really unsure. And I will admit, I'm not the biggest Dragon Ball fan there is. It wasn't really one of the shows that got me into anime. For anyone who's been here before, you know that it was actually My Hero Academia that finally got me into anime. But of course, again, this is a game. It will definitely be worth checking out. And let's see. JT Gunn. I hate late night with Cap. Well, welcome, JT Gunn. Hello to you, and hello to everybody out there. And of course, if you'd like to hop on to the panel. The link is in the chat. We will be going till 10 o'clock tonight. So if you'd like to join and talk about some of these items, well, you're more than welcome. As a matter of fact, we already have someone who's eager to join, and I can't welcome him without playing his theme.
Anonymous. Anonymous. Anonymous.
And good evening, sir.
Hey, you suck. But hey, how you doing?
No, I know. You told me that last night on Tuesday Night Track in the chat. You told me what I could do with that.
I hope you didn't choke too long.
No, I didn't choke at all.
Oh, figures. Oh.
So how you doing tonight, brother?
I'm fine. I don't have anything to do tonight. So I thought I'd hang out with. No, I'm just teasing.
Oh, wow. Oh, well, fine. Since you put it that way, I mean, geez.
I got nothing better to do.
All right, youngster, out you go. Don't come back. Ever.
Well, since he put it that way.
Dang it.
I just thought I'd mess with you. Yeah. But seriously, how you doing tonight?
I'm good. Got my belly full. Got me a big glass of soda pop, and yeah, I really actually don't have anything to do. It's not that I'd like last night I was going to be on, or they invited me on 540 Studio stream, but I was so busy with doing crap, and I couldn't sit down for long enough, so I couldn't get on. So, but I'm free tonight, so. And
Nice.
and that's saying something for my weeknights, because generally I got junk to do during the weeknights.
Well, that was another thing that got me thinking about the Wednesday edition of Pop Talk. Because you know yourself, we can go for 4, 5, 6 hours sometimes during the week, and that was just too much to ask of people. Not only in the chat, but also on the panel. To ask people to be on for 4, 5, 6 hours during a week.
Yeah, who do we think we are, Mahler?
No, no, I'm just going to come out and say that right now.
No. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, for a weeknight, yeah, especially a lot of people have work in the morning. They don't like to stay up late, or in case of old man, he's just hanging out. He don't care, but he's the exception to the rule. When I stay up till 11 or 12 o'clock, watching a stream or being on a stream, it just it kills me the next day. I'm pretty old myself, I'm not no spring chicken, so I need my beauty sleep.
I'm not either, brother.
I'm not getting any prettier, so I need my beauty sleep.
I'm just getting uglier as the years go on.
With people like us, we don't age like a fine wine. We age like a bad cheese.
Oh my God, what's that smell? Oh, it's Mike. Get him out of here.
Mike. Jeez. It smells like feet and tobacco or something.
All right, so moving on with our next story, and I don't know if you heard me talking about the first story, how there's a new beta for a Dragon Ball game, and I'm actually going to give it a shot. Who knows? I might actually like the game.
Never know until you try.
Yep. And let's see. Kathy Skywalker says, just like hanging out because I really don't have much else to do. Well, that's fine.
That's perfectly
fine.
And we're glad you chose this channel.
I know I am.
Yeah, I know Mike is. I don't get any benefits from it, but I'm still glad for Mike.
Wait, you get no benefits from hanging out with me?
No, I don't get no watch hour. Well, I'm talking like channel wise.
I know. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Just terrible.
I know. I'm a terrible person.
We're all bad.
So this next article I have here from Cosmic Book News, it's saying new Karate Kid in the works, no Cobra Kai connection. Cobra Kai's showrunner John Hurwitz responds to a fan question on Twitter about the new film. Article goes on to say Sony is developing a new Karate Kid movie, but it is learned it's not connected to the hugely popular Cobra Kai on series on Netflix. Sorry. Last Friday, Sony announced new release dates for its Spider-Man universe slate of films, which also included a release date for a brand new Karate Kid movie on June 7th, 2024. The new Karate Kid has no details released and no director or cast as of yet. Following the news about the flick, a fan questioned Cobra Kai showrunner John Horowitz about the new Karate Kid movie. And here's a quote that says, "The guys and I would love to make Karate Kid and Cobra Kai movies and hope to someday. But this one isn't from us or focused on the Cobra Kai cast. Don't know much about it, but wish it well," tweeted Hurwitz. And of course, this was the Karate Kid reboot from, 10, 12 years ago?
Yep.
So, somewhere along those lines. And here we go. Our arch nemesis. I am here to listen to slips and trips of saying butchering names. Well, I've already told you, Phil, one of these days, I'm going to let you read an article and then I'll mock and laugh at you.
He doesn't even know his own language.
And let's see, he says, "Give me my coupons or gift certificates. Get your own. Get your own. I never promised you any coupons. Anonymous is my witness."
Never heard. I heard nothing. I know nothing. So there, Phil, take that.
So the article says if the new movie doesn't feature the Cobra Kai cast, it sounds like it will be a reboot, which Sony tried with the 2010 movie starring Jackie Chan and Jaden Smith that saw no sequels. Cobra Kai is set 30 years after the original movie and features the original cast in addition to the next generation. The showrunners have done a really good job of respecting the original movies as well as the fans, in addition to bringing in newer and younger actors, and bridging the gap between the two. Goes on to say this quote here: "Just as you should honor thy father and mother, you should honor the franchise you are bringing back. Remember, your show would not exist without the original movie." I wish more people would take that to heart. You know?
Yeah. But they tend to crap on the originals.
Mm-hmm.
They don't adhere to it. They don't respect it. They think they can do it better. Oh, that's old. It's of its time. We can do it better. Yeah, that's the dumb mentality that they have nowadays. And in reality, that they can't do it better. They can't even get close to the glory that was whatever franchise they're trying to destroy. So
Goes on to continue by saying, "This is not just IP, this is something precious to millions of people. Treat it that way," wrote showrunner Hayden Schlossenberg in a guest column at The Hollywood Reporter titled "Cobra Kai, Cobra Creator Reveals His Rules for Successfully Rebooting Classic IP." And of course, it says Schlossenberg also said, "Sure, you want to lure younger viewers, but first you must win over the hardcore fans who made your franchise a success." Now, there's someone who gets it. And that's why Cobra Kai has been successful.
yeah, I still need to watch it, but yeah, I know everybody likes it. I mean, I don't I don't hear very many disparaging words over it. So, and I have them all. I just need to watch them, and I want to. I loved the Karate Kid growing up, except for the last one, or the Hilary Swank one.
I have tried to get into the next Karate Kid, and I seem to stop at the same scene over and over again where she's on the roof and she's tending to some birds in a cage. And every time I try to continue, I just can't. I'm just not into it like I
No.
was with 3 previous movies. And hold on to your ass. He's here.
Oh crap!
He's here. So I've got to give him his song. I know you're probably thinking you don't have to, Mike. But here we go. The one who wants his coupons or gift certificates, he won't play with you if you have GoBots over Transformers. And if the ice cream truck should arrive, well, pay for your own ice cream because he won't lend you any money. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Bill McCracken.
I love that theme song. Not as good as Animouse's, but I like this one.
Your Highness.
You mean that?
Emphasis on ass.
Yeah, your Highness.
How are you doing tonight, Phil?
As always, the same. Crazy insanity.
That bad, huh?
Well, the world
Well,
is
are
crazy and
you sure
insane.
you didn't cause some of the insanity?
I am a victim like everybody else.
Oh crap! You're
Well,
bringing the
we-
victim mentality.
Here we go.
Phil McCracken, the SJW.
I'm a victim, and I'm not going to tolerate it anymore.
All right. So you say. And I do want to say good evening to superfan Adam Shahan. Yes, he is right. Sunday did not plan on going 8 hours, but that was a hell of a lot of fun.
Sometimes when you're having fun, you don't want it to end.
No, that's right. And hello to Cobra Disney Jedi. How you doing, brother? What was that? That was Phil's theme song, brother. Because he won't play with anybody who has, GoBots and...
He's too good for everybody. He's royalty.
Let's see. Our next panelist who is hopping in for tonight, let's see if I have an appropriate... Well, I'll play this one.
I've been waiting for you, Obi-Wan. We meet again at last. The circle is now complete. When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master.
Only a master of evil, Darth.
Please welcome, from Fandomology, Master Paul.
I'm here for one reason and one reason only, to torment Phil.
Just bring me my coupons or gift certificates. That's all I want.
Nope. You got to pay full price for your McDonald's just like the rest of us. But for real, how you doing tonight, Mike?
Doing good. I just got through a couple of articles already. One talking about Dragon Ball The Breakers beta, which goes live at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific tonight. And then I just finished this article that's talking about a new well, it's not related to Cobra Kai, but new Karate Kid movie, and how it has no connection to Cobra Kai, but how much you want to bet if there's enough pressure to make that connection, they'll do it?
Yeah.
I'm sure they would, but it would take a lot of pressure for that to happen.
It depends on who's doing it, really, or what film production company's doing it. You know how these people want to make their own thing. They don't want to piggyback. I mean, technically, yes, they do piggyback off something before that. That's why they can only pick stuff from the past and try to but they want to make it their own. They want to put their spin on it. They want to put their stink on it, basically. So this is far too new and far too popular to be able to hitch a ride on without making their own thing. And I don't know. I think they're gonna do another Jaden Smith type Karate Kid. They're not going to reboot. They're not going to have a Daniel LaRusso. They're not going to have a Mr. Miyagi. I guarantee it. Man, that would be a total reboot, and nobody's going to be receptive to that, obviously, because you can't remake that movie. You can't. That's in pop culture, history books. That's the movie. So if they do that, it's going to fail, obviously. Chances are, if they make another Jackie Chan type movie, it's probably going to fail, but it won't fail as bad as if they did a reboot of the original.
That's true. But still, I wouldn't mind seeing the cast of Cobra Kai make that next jump to the motion pictures. And I mean,
Honestly,
especially since William Zabka and Ralph Macchio have already been in Karate Kid movies, so
I think a movie's really the only true way to end Cobra Kai. Yeah, they'll do at least season 6, I'm sure. But the way to truly end this, the way that the series has been escalating across each season, you have to have a movie to completely blow this thing out of the water.
Does it lead to that sort of thing? I mean, I haven't watched. I'm I haven't seen.
Oh yeah. When you think that this, and I keep in mind, I have not yet seen season 5. I've been busy with other things like trying to get Skyrim to work for Phil. But yes, from what I've seen of seasons 1 through 4, when you think this show can't get any bigger as far as stakes, it does. Like, I'm legit surprised, and I'm sure if they don't plateau off at some point, this will happen. But I'm legit surprised no one has died in this show.
Yeah, I mean, especially Johnny or Daniel.
Yeah.
I think they are going to do a movie to end it, but I don't think it will be a theatric release. I think it will be made for TV movie, which I'll be fine with.
Well,
I could see that.
So yeah, a Netflix production.
Yep.
Which they can put some money into it and make it very theatrical quality. Obviously, if it can transition into a film, sure, why not end it like that? That'd be great.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Paul. Take it to the movie theaters, make it one big giant movie where the stakes are at an all-time high, and put a nice little bow around the series.
Yes. Although Cobra Disney Jedi just popped in the chat and he said the Cobra Kai writers have an end game. They have no movie plans. They should, in my opinion. They really should consider doing a movie to really cap this thing off.
There's an audience for it.
Yeah. I think if you make a movie to end, I think if you make it a theatrical release, I'm not going to say it's going to break records or perhaps surpass Top Gun Maverick, but it'll do very well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the thing is, a movie like Cobra Kai, you really don't need to put a big budget behind it compared to something that's so chock full of CGI, it's choking out the movie.
Oh, yeah. The highest thing you'll have to do for this is cast salaries, right?
Exactly.
Because if you see, this is the reason why I say a made-for-TV movie, it's still technically TV, so the contracts are under TV. it's a whole new ball game when you're doing a theatric release because that's a different union.
Well, just like when the Next Generation cast went into doing feature films, they were
Yeah.
no longer under TV contracts; they were under
Yep.
film contracts.
So, but there's a lot of TV shows that did made for TV movies. Stargate SG-1 did 2 made for TV movies and did quite well.
Well, they were
So,
made for Blu-ray movies. They weren't.
yeah.
They didn't come on TV, but they were made directly for DVD and Blu-ray. So yeah,
It's a way for for them before they got canceled, but it was a way for them to wrap up endings, which they didn't get a chance to when the season when the franchise ended. So, but I would see Netflix more be pushing for a made-to-TV movie.
Yeah, but here's where my mind's going with this, and you guys can, let me know your thoughts, and that includes everybody in the chat. But I'm looking at this. We were introduced to Ralph Macchio and William Zabka in 1984 with the first Karate Kid in the movie theaters.
Mhm.
Why not let their last hurrah as their respective characters be in the movie theaters?
I think that would be a very good bookend to their career.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to the Karate Kid career. Hopefully, they go on to do other things.
Technically, it sounds good, but you have to remember it's all about the cheddar. Yeah. However, they see wherever
Honestly,
they're
to
gonna
hell
make
with the money. Do it. Give us what we really want. To hell with the money.
Well, that's the thing. As a fan, we can say to hell with the money, but for Netflix and everybody tied into it on the business end, they want to see profit.
Do they, Phil?
But here's the,
Well, I would say for this case, yes.
But they
For
throw away money on the dumbest things, and they just burn money constantly.
exactly.
I will give you that with Warner Brothers. I will give you that with the BBC.
Netflix does it too.
Yeah, but I think Netflix, I think they learned their lesson and are on the turn. That doesn't mean that turn's going to be a complete turn, but I think for this case and this show and the fans of this show, the minimum we can guarantee is a made-for-TV movie. A minimum.
Well, there's something else here too, Phil. There is a good solid example of someone saying pretty much to hell with the money. I'm gonna give the people what they want, and that's Triple H right now with the way that he's running WWE. If you've been following the rumors, I believe they're set to bring back Bray Wyatt, and Bray Wyatt is not cheap, right, Pacific?
Nope. And there's also a rumor concerning WWE as far as this year's Survivor Series.
They're bringing
According
back
to
War
a rumor,
Games.
yeah, I was going to say, according to a rumor I read, they're going to bring back War Games, and that'll get people interested in watching because Triple H has already done War Games on NXT.
Well, that's
To see it
William
back
Regal.
on a major-
That was William Regal. That was not.
No.
originally-
That was
Triple H. Triple H.
William Regal was the one who pushed to bring that back. from
William
NWA.
Regal. William Regal was just the on-air talent.
It was part, but
It was
still
Triple
part
H
of
who was
pushing
running the
that.
whole show.
Here's the thing, Phil. William Regal may have had the idea, even backstage, to bring back War Games, but in NXT, Triple H has the final say. He
Right,
could
he
have very
did.
well said no to William Regal, and we would never have gotten War Games again, but he said yes. So
Well, I will
ultimately,
warn
it does
people.
fall on the shoulders of Triple H.
One thing: if the WWE is going on a spending spree, that's the same thing that doomed WCW. Nothing more brought WCW down more than overpaying for talent.
I think Triple H knows that and is willing to not make the same mistakes that, let's be honest, not only did WCW make that mistake, but so did AEW, and they're only just now starting to feel the consequences of that.
You can't spend too much on talent. You can have great talent, and they proved that when WWE give it to them. They didn't care if talent left and went to WCW. He practically let Bret Hart walk.
No, he didn't let Bret Hart walk. He pushed him out.
No, first when they offered it to him,
Watch Wrestling
Hart
with Shadows.
denied- Bret Hart.
Watch Wrestling with Shadows. It
Yeah, I did watch
gives
it.
you the whole
Bret
story.
Hart said he didn't want to go, and they
He
even
didn't
gave
want to
him a
go, but
contract.
pushed him out.
They gave him a contract. Then McMahon came back and said, "Look, I think you should go and take the money and go to WCW." So when you watch that and you hear that, originally they had every intent on keeping Bret Hart. They even gave him a contract, but then they wanted to get him out of the contract because, let's be honest, if you send Bret Hart, he's going to take a large chunk of money out of your business, yes, but he's going to cost the other guy that much more money. And even though Mr. Turner had big pockets, the pockets only run deep so far.
Well, they
And
didn't know what to do with Bret Hart once he got there.
no, they
and
didn't use him at
Yeah.
all. And I will say this. I know everybody has got a lot of hopes with Triple H. Don't forget, he was still there with helping his father-in-law out, even before his father-in-law got ousted.
But he
or
wasn't the
out.
final decision.
No,
Vince
that's
was.
totally different.
now he's the final
He didn't have a
decision.
say. And if he's part of the hierarchy, even then, I personally, between you and me, I think the WWE would have been better off in the hands of Shane McMahon. That's my opinion. I'm not saying Triple H is bad at running it, but I think Shane could have done a lot better. He
Well,
would have brought to me, he knew that ECW brought a lot. And let's be honest, when he brought ECW back into the WWE, that was a major improvement. People like the hardcore. I don't think you ever can go back to what it was in originally hardcore, because they're not going to allow that on
Absolutely not.
television. But they
So
did
many
love
people would be
ECW.
getting up in arms on Twitter about that.
No, Triple H already said in an article I read yesterday that there's not going to be blading. Yes, they're back to TV14, but there will be no blading. He said, now, if someone actually does get cut during a match, that's why the EMTs are at ringside. They're going to check them out. They're going to see if they're good enough to get back in the ring. If they are, they'll let them continue on the match. If not, then they'll change the finish.
Well, most of the time when you see a lot of bleeding, a.k.a. Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, most of that was self-inflicted.
Exactly, and that's what Triple
Yeah,
H is
that's what's
stopping.
called blading.
Yep. So I'm glad that they did end that, and you don't see wrestlers doing that. And personally, I never liked it anyway.
Here's the thing with that. Visually, yes, to see the top babyface bleeding their guts out, their face entirely red in a match, that is a good visual image. I mean, just look at Stone Cold locked in the sharpshooter at WrestleMania 13. But when you got people sharing razor blades, as I'm sure they did, that is a breeding ground for so many diseases. Not to mention, suppose you cut yourself too deeply.
Yeah. And some did.
I mean,
Yeah,
if you
look at
on
Abdullah the
Dusty
Butcher.
Rhodes' head, and if you look on Ric Flair's head, you see the scars.
If you looked
he's
on
not even the worst.
Dusty Rhodes,
Yeah.
if you looked on his head,
I haven't watched wrestling. I ain't seen Dusty Rhodes in a million years, but I remember his forehead. I mean, that was something that stood out.
Another bad one was Devon Dudley and New Jack. But the worst by far, like I said, was Abdullah the Butcher.
Oh, yeah.
But I think the worst one, and we all remember this, was one that wasn't intentional, is when Mankind or Cactus Jack or whatever you want to call him got thrown off the...
No.
Oh, yeah, when he stuck his tongue out from under his lip because of the cut. That's when Vince McMahon said that's never happening again.
I'm gonna disagree with you on that, Phil. As far as like sheer blood loss, theirs was way, way, way worse.
Well, I wasn't talking about blood loss. I'm talking about actual injury. That wasn't a planned injury.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
I know. I've seen the special too, but we're talking specifically bleeding, and the worst two instances were the worst bleeding. There was a match between Eddie Guerrero and JBL where Eddie was bleeding literally so much that he nearly went into shock. Like the entire ring canvas was covered. And as far as Mankind goes, specifically with him, the worst bleeding, at least in WWE, that he ever had was when The Rock went way the heck overboard with the chair shots in the I Quit match at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, Mankind hated him for that.
That's why I liked ECW. It had more violence, yes, but didn't have all the bleeding like it did in the other two wrestling companies.
Are you kidding?
even though they did
ECW
have-
was the one that got WWE and WCW to do the heavy bleeding and hardcore matches.
Well, I did like the Bob Wire around the ring, the one with Terry Funk and Cactus Jack, whatever his name is, whatever persona he was doing that day. That was insane to have wire, actual wire, wrapped around the ropes. That was insane.
Or sometimes have the wire as the ropes.
Yes, that was insane. That would have been something back in the 80s if it was done at all. You would have wanted to see the Road Warriors do. You know, but like I said, I mean, I'm fine with the non-bleeding. I always hated the bleeding. I didn't like it. I'm one of them people that if there was actually an injury, the match should stop. That's it, done. You know, don't make them keep going. You know, causing. I'd rather have a small injury and stop than a small injury become a permanent injury. So,
And to their credit, WWE have made a lot of advances in how they handle that stuff, especially with concussions.
yeah.
And real quick, I do want to say hello to Lorenzo Sleestack. Welcome. Good to see you. And I also want to say hello to Janet from Another Planet. Welcome, Janet. So I'm going to go ahead and go into our next story here. And I don't know if anybody in the chat or anybody on the panel has actually seen this show, but apparently Invincible is not only getting a third season, but it's already in production.
Isn't that the show that with the whole think meme comes from? Isn't that what that is?
I'm not really sure because I've only watched one episode of the series so far, so I can't really say yes, it is, or no, it isn't.
I've only watched two, and I could have swore it got canceled. How in the world are they on a third season? I could have swore after the first season, Netflix canceled that and like moved on to something else, or maybe I'm thinking of some other superhero show. But I know Mark Millar, what is it? That live action superhero show he had on there got canceled too. But I could have swore this got canceled. I haven't heard anything about it since season 1.
And I do want to say hello to Chaos. As a matter of fact, Chaos is here, so I'm going to go ahead and select a video to play for him. And this seems appropriate.
Glory to you and your house.
Welcome, Chaos.
Hello,
Hey, Chaos.
brothers. And yes, this is the show where that meme came from. I forgot which one is. It's during the final fight between him and his pops.
Well, apparently, according to this article, it says that Invincible is getting a third season, and Invincible actor Kerry Payton reveals that he has already finished recording season 2 and is in the process of recording the subsequent third season. So this article says voice actor Kerry Payton has confirmed that production has already begun for season 3 of Invincible. Payton, who voices Guardians of the Globe member Black Samson on Invincible, was asked during an interview with the Movie Dweeb host Daniel Moorfield about when fans could expect the acclaimed Prime Video series to return for its second season. And he gives them a quote here. It says, "We finished season 2. We're on to season 3, Peyton revealed, but it's so hard to say right now. There was a glut of animation studios just trying to get so much done, and literally, it was like projects sitting there with a backpack full of, material being like, anytime you're ready, you know what I mean?" Goes on to say he continued, but there was literally a time for the really great studios to just get this work out. So I honestly can't tell you. I'm dying to. I'm so glad they greenlit seasons 2 and 3 at the same time, because that means that when 3 comes out, it'll feel just like the next season and not like a lifetime, Peyton said. But yeah, it's gonna take a while. I wish I could say otherwise, but I've done enough animation to know that. To get it right, you're drawing everything panel, And it's true, doing an animated series, especially, you know, when you look at different documentaries on how different animated TV shows and films are put together, it's not like they could just, one day draw everything and animate everything and then the next day have it out. It takes months to get everything done.
That explains why I didn't hear anything about season 2.
Yeah, neither did I. I was shocked. I was like, season 3? What do you mean? I didn't even know season 2 was out yet.
Yeah, because it ain't.
And it says Invincible stars Urine as Mark Grayson, the half-human son of the superhero Omni-Man J.K. Simmons. And of course, if you don't know who J.K. Simmons is, well, he's got a popular meme from the Spider-Man movies. J. Jonah Jameson.
Oh, yes.
And it goes on to say, who becomes a superhero himself when he develops similar powers to his father. After a team of elite superheroes is mysteriously murdered, Mark finds himself in the center of a dangerous conspiracy that threatens to destroy him, his family, and the entire world. Invincible's first season became a massive success for Amazon and has developed a massive fan base. This can be seen with the popular Think, Mark Think meme, which came from a scene focused in the season finale, or featured, I should say.
Yeah, that's what I told you. The last fight between him and Pops.
Well, when Paul asked me, I told him I've only watched one episode so far, so I didn't want to say yes, that's where it came from, or no, that's not where it came from, because I didn't know. I didn't want to speak out of my ass.
Yeah, that's why I told her, because I watched the entire thing twice.
Goes on to say, Kirkman, who helped develop the adaptation of his comic, explained in May 2021 that part of Invincible's success is because the series was developed specifically for animation. Every episode was constructed with the knowledge that this would be an animated show, and we can use that to the best of our ability. Kirkman explained at the time the whole series was conceived in the first place because of it being an animation. Invincible is available to stream now on Prime Video. So, any of those of you who have Prime Video, you're able to watch it. I just need to continue to watch the series, and maybe I'll talk about it on an episode of PACIFIC414 episode review.
Oh, you definitely will when you finish it.
So I think that's great news for people who are fans of the series and they're wondering, are we getting any more? Well, we just got our answer. There's going to be more.
Excellent news.
I have mixed feelings about it. It's. I mean, I'm only 2 episodes in, obviously, but I haven't delved that far into it to make a great judgment. But I kind of know what it's about. I know. Well, actually, the first 2 episodes really tell you a lot about what kind of show it is. But on my the way I am, I prefer my heroes to be heroes. You know what I'm saying? I like Superman. I like um, that unwavering, um, do-gooder. I don't
I'm
kill.
I'm the same way, and it's for that reason that, just kind of getting off on the side tangent, that I absolutely hate, from a story perspective, I hate Injustice.
Yeah, because it turns that whole scenario on its head, does it not?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
So I
oh,
didn't like the boys. I hated not only for the woke crap in season 2, but the whole premise of the boys is not something that I subscribe to. I can't stand it.
Well, the older I'm getting, the more and more I'm appreciating stories like Invincible that has a more realistic outlook on how that would be. Like when I was younger, yeah, the whole there's absolute good is that thing. I was like, I'm older. I go, yeah, I know shit's not black and white, you know. So I like their interpretation of how these are humans.
And I get that. I understand. I'm not crapping on anybody who does like that sort of thing. But for me, as far as superhero goes, for me, I prefer my. I don't want the same guy who's sitting next to me on a bus. His immorality and his many shades of gray to color what a superhero should be for me.
So you must not like Hancock either, then, huh?
Yeah, it wasn't my favorite, but he had at least he had an arc to better himself. He was just a superhero that didn't want to be a superhero, who didn't want to do anything, and he pulled it out. And I at least that says something to me. He had hope. There was hope for him to be better.
And on the subject of our world, there's a lot of gray area. It's not so black and white, good and evil.
Mm-hmm.
That might be true, but that doesn't necessarily mean that our fictional stories has to be.
And like I said, there's an audience for that. For
there's an audience for that.
Great. Like I said, I would never down anybody for liking that sort of thing, and it's a genre that has its place. But like for me, I mean, I could watch it and I'll be like, I'll never have to watch this again. I mean, it was good. It was good if it's a good writing, good story. The acting was good or whatever, and perfectly fine. It's like, well, that's a good one-timer for me. And if it's too bad, like The Boys was, I'm just like, I got season 1, and then I was kind of out. I checked out before the end of the season, but
Yep, from what I heard, dang, I watched a few episodes, and then I don't think I had the right service to continue on, and then I heard it went down the woke train, and I was like, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
As far as me goes, I haven't seen it. Michael has, but he has told me multiple times it's not a show that I would enjoy. So I'm gonna take his word for it.
Yeah, probably not.
Indeed.
All right, so let's go ahead and move on to our fourth main story for this evening. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to share it like that. So, 1 second. 1 second. Yeah, I know. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Like we didn't get your porn.
All right. So our next story here comes from Anime News Network, and I will go ahead and post a link into the chat for anybody who wishes to read this article. But the main reason I wanted to show this is because I want to take a look at the trailer. And this article says, Chainsaw Man Anime reveals English subtitle trailer, more cast, opening theme, 12 ending theme songs. Jeez, how many ending theme songs does one show need? All right. So getting into this article, it says the
Hey,
official.
Paul's got to go.
All right, brother.
Till next time.
See you, man.
See you later.
All righty. So this article goes on to say the official website for the television anime of Tatsuki Fujimoto's Chainsaw Man manga revealed on Monday a new English subtitle trailer, 5 cast members, the opening theme song, and 12 ending theme songs. The trailer previews the opening theme song, Kickback, by Kenshi Yonezu. I'm surprised Phil left so soon because I'm reading Japanese names and
Phil's gonna go cry himself to sleep at the fact that I haven't given him Skyrim in a long time.
Skyrim. Oh,
Yes, He has an absolute addiction to Skyrim.
Huh.
He bugs me about Skyrim just as much as he bugs me about McDonald's coupons.
It's his crack.
Yeah.
so I'm not even going to try to attempt to say their names, but I will scroll down to show the different actors and actresses who will be in the voice cast. And then, of course, it says the anime will have 12 ending theme songs, one for each episode. And, of course, then it gives a list of the theme songs and the folks who are part of singing the theme songs. And it goes on to say the anime will premiere on TV Tokyo and 5 other affiliated channels, as well as on Amazon Prime Video on October 11th. The anime had a world premiere screening at Toho Cinemas Roppongi Hills. I probably said that wrong, but that's also part of Pop Talk, me mispronouncing things. It goes on to say Crunchyroll will screen the U.S. premiere at New York Comic Con on October 7th at 12:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Crunchyroll will debut the English dub at the event ahead of the subtitle release. Crunchyroll will stream the anime in over 200 countries and territories around the world. The company will stream the anime in Japanese with English subtitles and with an English dub. The anime will also get Latin American, Spanish, Brazilian, Portuguese, French, and German dubs. Crunchyroll describes the story. It says Denji is a teenage boy living with a chainsaw devil named Pochita. Due to the debt his father left behind, he has been living a rock bottom life while repaying his debt by harvesting devil corpses with Pochita. One day, Denji is betrayed and killed. As his consciousness fades, he makes a contract with Pochita and gets revived as Chainsaw Man, a man with a devil's heart. So let's go ahead and take a look at the trailer. I will be pausing it to avoid any copyright claims and copyright strikes. So here we go. And start.
悪魔が恐れるデビルハンターはな、頭のネジがぶっ飛んでるやつだ。ネジがぶっ飛んでるやつは何を考えてるかわからない。お前たちは人と悪魔どっちの味方だ。
公安に悪魔の駆除要請。公安大麻得意4課6人を出動させます。
俺たちはデビルハンターです。悪魔でも魔人でも使えるもんは何でも使うべきだ。
アキ君はこの新人4人生き残れると思う？私たち全員ここで死んじゃうんだ。血は好きじゃん。血は温かくて気持ちがいい。
俺は軽い気持ちでデビルハンターなったけど、 ああ、この生活続けるためだったら死んでもいいぜ。
散々な名ばっかあってよ。我慢しかしてねえのに。まだ人飲みもしてねえんだよ。
Looks interesting. I don't know if I would, watch it with the English subtitles or just wait for the English dub.
Yeah,
Because
dubs have been up in their game this last decade.
Yeah, and for some items, I like to listen to it in the original Japanese and read the subtitles, and then others I prefer the English dub. It just depends on the series. But what do you guys think?
I mean, it's interesting. I've never really been a was a Chainsaw Man fan. I was like, eh. And I'm still like a season behind in My Hero, I think. Oof.
What, you haven't finished season 5 yet?
No.
Well, I never thought there'd be a day where I'd be ahead of you in a season of an anime.
I mean, there's a lot of them. Okay, there's a lot of. Wait, that's the first one I introduced you to, huh? I think.
Yes, My Hero Academia is the first one you introduced me to, and like I said, I can't believe that I'm actually ahead of you in a season for an anime, considering you've been watching it longer than I have.
Especially my current favorite anime. Well, I don't know, man. Cyberpunk Edge Runner is a woo. That was good.
That's what I've been hearing. I've been hearing it's pretty good.
Oh yeah,
and I was even telling Cash about it. So, one of the things that he and I are trying to do right now is finish up season 5 of Cobra Kai so we can talk about a couple episodes here on this channel, then talk about a couple more on Phantom Hooligans, go back and forth, and then
with me.
Yeah. I was going to get to that, Paul. Jeez, man.
I'm sorry. I can't help it.
I think I brought extra shame to my house. I don't think I've seen a single episode of Cobra Kai. I don't think so.
Chaos. Chaos. From now on.
Quiet!
I don't want to hear that again from you.
I saw that coming.
I mean, I know Cash isn't here, but...
What the hell are you talking about? Oh, my guidance counselor says that certain words perpetuate this sexist worldview that could trigger...
Quiet! From now on, you won't listen to your guidance counselor. You're going to listen to me. Is that understood?
Yeah, sensei.
Oh, man, this shit's funny.
I think you'd enjoy Cobra Kai. I think you really would.
Probably, I hear it's respectful of the source material, so,
Yeah. Even in the article that we read tonight about there being another Karate Kid movie, one of the producers was saying you have to respect the source material and respect the characters that came before. Something you don't hear from a lot of Hollywood nowadays.
Indeed.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and move on to our other two articles since we do have time to discuss them tonight. And this next one is about Avatar 2, and James Cameron doesn't know if Avatar 2 will be successful. Well, there's probably one thing it will be successful at, make me fall asleep again.
Yeah, I saw the first one a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Really have no desire to see it again. And this is after, by the way, going to the Avatar land in Disney World last year, which that actually was fun. That whole Flight of Passage ride was legitimately fun. But Avatar is just not my thing.
Nah.
It's same James Cameron's corporations are terrible. Tree hugging. It's his message. It's not even just woke messaging. It's his message. He's got his own set of beliefs and own set of ideologies that he likes to put into his films. You can see it in even Aliens. But this was like a culmination of like a ton of crap that he believed, and he stuck it all in this one movie that this is his baby. So and this looks exactly like the first one, except for it's surrounded by water.
So the first one was dances with blue things. Now it's blue water world. Gotcha.
Yeah,
pretty much. And I'm not trying to shame anybody who liked the first Avatar. We're all allowed to like what we like, but I'm sorry, if a movie puts me to sleep the first time I see it, then I'm not going to try to give it another chance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see why he would be skeptical per se, because his first movie did not. I mean, it did well. I mean, people went to and watched it in droves, and crap. I even liked it at first. You get brought in to that kind of thing. I mean, I liked it. I didn't fall asleep. It was visually awesome. I mean, seriously, my best friend had bought a 3D projector, and we like plugged it into our in our office and projected it on the wall. And we got the glasses that they have powered 3D glasses and everything. And I swear to God, I was walking right. They had the scene where they were walking in the treetops, and they had the little squid alien or bugs flying around. I could swear those things were just flying around me. That was cooler than crap. So visually, yeah, stunning movies, just knocked it out of the park. But they didn't hold up over time. People I don't hear nothing but negative things about it anymore.
I didn't dislike it. I just find it unremarkable.
I'll go along with that comment.
And hello to the old man. How you doing, brother?
Hey, old man.
Welcome.
Thank you for letting me in again. Evidently, I haven't.
You're welcome anytime. You're welcome anytime. You're always welcome. Everybody who's in the chat's always welcome. Paul's always welcome. Chaos knows he's always welcome. Anonymous, Phil, Cash. Anybody who even hasn't been on is always welcome to come on.
Janet
was I love your theme song.
Real quick before we get back onto this topic, old man, I want to ask you a question. Last night on Tuesday Night Trek, we finally watched and reviewed The Inner Light from Next Generation. And I wanted to just real quick know what your thoughts are on that episode.
Oh, boy. That's one of those where it's really it's not easy. I mean, some people can take the basketball and dribble down the court and make a basket. Mm-hmm. Me, I get called for traveling and you name it.
Understandable.
There are so many. Look, you know as well as I do how many complexities there were in that.
Mm-hmm.
You go this way, you go that way, and suddenly, kaboom! It's all over the place.
I need to recap because I'm terrible at episodes by name.
That's the one where Picard is induced into a dream where he lives out the life of a man named Cayman on this one planet, Catan.
Wait, is that the one with the really pretty flute song?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that one. Okay. Ooh, yeah, that hit me right in the... Ooh, it penetrated my shield and hit me right in my left field section.
Gotcha.
In one respect, it's almost like the monsters of the id.
hold on a second. Also, is there an episode in Star Trek where they find like some obelisk and like an entire species like war was like putting their memories? Was that Star Trek or was that Stargate?
Might have been Stargate.
Star Trek.
No, it's Voyager.
Wait, no. You're right. It was the first season of Voyager, but I don't want to talk about it too much because Paul hasn't seen it, and I don't want to give him any spoilers.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure I knew what.
It's all right, man.
That was bugging me for a while.
I know which episode you're talking about, Chaos.
Okay, gotcha.
Don't worry about spoiler specific. I already know that Darth Vader's Luke's father.
How'd you find that out? Okay, who opened their mouths?
Oh my!
Okay, when Picard is in a dream state, who's actually in control of the dream?
The satellite that put him into that dream.
Yes, but at the same token, you are also in control of your own dreams yourself, even those that are induced outside, because your brain is still working independently.
Yeah.
See what I mean by the complexities of that?
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm not mistaken, Picard in that dream did make something of a conscious decision to just go along with the dream because clearly asking for help, trying to get back to the Enterprise wasn't getting him anywhere.
Yep. Because he was destined to live that lifetime in those 25 minutes.
He had to live the life, but he also had to make his own decisions about his life inside that scenario.
Absolutely, and it's always him. He's the one that's in charge of those decisions because he's the one who's making them.
Mm-hmm. And I do want to say hello to Leia Rose.
Oh, sure,
welcome.
Girl. Hail, Leia Rose. Hail.
All right, so this article from Superhero Hype says James Cameron doesn't know if Avatar 2 will be successful. Well, it's not getting my money.
Nope.
Yeah, it's a good question considering the first one is a bomb.
Was it?
Right.
Well, I mean, it's all in a matter of perspective. Yes, it made a lot at the box office, but who's really talking about the first one now? Maybe because the second one's coming out, it's starting to bring back old memories of the first one, but let's face it, within the last 10 years, who's really been saying, hey, you want to have a watch party and we'll watch Avatar?
Certainly not me.
It's there's I guess there's two different types of bombs. One terrible movies, terrible movies that actually make money, but they don't hold up. They don't hold up. They spoil over a decent amount of time, and some faster than others, obviously. But
right,
yeah, they they have no replay value for a lot of people.
We used to have an expression for that. It was called "flash in the pan."
Oh yeah,
that's a good expression, old man.
All right, so this article says, aside from a brief period when it was surpassed by Avengers Endgame, Avatar has been the highest grossing movie of all time since 2009. And with the film's first sequel finally hitting the big screen at the end of this year, James Cameron will almost certainly have another box office smash on his hands. But just how close will Avatar: The Way of Water come to matching the $2.85 billion gross of its predecessor? Not even Cameron himself can predict the answer to that question. While speaking with the New York Times, Cameron discussed whether he thinks The Way of Water can be as successful as the original Avatar was 13 years ago. Cameron also admitted that the long gap between the films could hurt the sequel's box office. In fact, it wasn't until the new film's teaser trailer premiered online that Cameron began to feel better about the way things might unfold. Goes on to give us a quote from James Cameron by saying, I was a little concerned that I had stretched the tether too far. In our fast paced modern world, with Avatar 2 coming in 12 years later, said Cameron, right until we dropped the teaser trailer and we got 148 million views in 24 hours, there's that scarce seen but wondered at principle, which is, wow, we haven't seen that in a long time, but I remember how cool it was back then. Does that play in our favor? I don't know. I guess we're going to find out. Cameron also noted that even if The Way of Water came out sooner, its success still wouldn't have been guaranteed. In the end, he needed to take the right amount of time to come up with a story that audiences could resonate with. I think I could have made a sequel 2 years later and have it bomb because people didn't relate to the characters or the direction of the film, Cameron added. Goes on to say Marvel's Avengers Endgame briefly stole the box office crown from Avatar in 2019, but in 2021, a Chinese re release propelled Avatar back to the number one spot. Starting this weekend, it will have another chance to expand its worldwide total. 20th Century Studios is re releasing Avatar in theaters on Friday, September 23rd, for a limited time. The new screenings will show the film with remastered picture and sound. Well, good for those who want to see it. I won't be one of them.
Nope.
And let's talk about this too. The fact that the fact that it got re-released put it back above Endgame to me comes across as cheating. Like at the moment that you leave the theaters for the first time, that should be it as far as counting up what you garner at least your first time out. If you get re-released, it shouldn't count to what you already made as far as how the records go.
It should start over.
Exactly.
It should start at zero.
Yeah, they can keep doing this in perpetuity. You know,
Why would you start at zero? If you're making more money, you made more money.
I know, but
it's not in the original release time frame.
I'm talking about how the records show it, as far as this movie made the most, this movie made the, so on and so forth. Obviously, whatever money they made bank wise is going to get added to what they made the first time around. But you should basically make a note when you record the earnings saying, okay, this is what it made the first time around. This is what it's going to make the second time around. And at least in the books, it should be a completely separate entry.
Yeah.
It should be noted, like in any record book, this was the 2009 release. This was a 2021 re-release with an asterisk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they should compare like Endgame versus Avatar in that same time period. So Endgame re-released, made a little bit more money, beat out James Cameron. James Cameron re-released, and they should compare those two instead of adding it onto the old box office take.
Mm-hmm.
A good example is in 1939 they came out with a little movie called Gone with the Wind. At the same time they came out with another movie called The Wizard of Oz.
Never heard of them.
Oh, don't. Wizard of Oz has had some bad news come about that today.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, yeah.
But go ahead, though, man.
You take a look at what they did in the box office back then. And then each time they've been shown again and again and again, that all gets added on to how much they did. Wait a minute. Where's the fairness in this? Because some people don't want to see Gone with the Wind again, but they want the kids to see Wizard of Oz. And boom, everything takes off there. So suddenly you get a inflated or unrealistic view of how much the picture's actually made and garnered. Mm-hmm. It's cheaper for them to show The Wizard of Oz again on television and pay the royalties for it than it is for them to do Gone with the Wind. So yeah, up goes, and the other one kind of It's not fair. It's what happened In 1939, when they came out and were in the theaters, that's important. That's significant. What happened afterward should be, like you were saying, Paul, they should be recorded separately and not included into the original aspect of it. It's just not quite what I'd call fair and honest. It's like saying you're in a competition with something. Okay, you go out there and your opponent in one category isn't there. And you go through and, oh, you're top dog. But then several days later, he shows up. There's no pressure, no nothing. There's no crowds yelling or anything. He goes out and competes and upends you, and he gets all the credit. Is that fair? No. They weren't there. They shouldn't have gotten any credit. And the same thing here. If you're going to bring that stuff out and show it again, put them in different categories all the way down the line. Don't lump them together. You know, so I'm on your side on this one 100%, Paul. There should be a separate listings for it.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I'm in agreement myself. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to our next story here. And according to WCCF Tech, it says YouTube really doesn't care if you dislike a video.
What?
Yeah, that's what this article says.
That's bullshit.
Let's get into the article and find out.
Why'd they remove the ability for everyone to see the dislikes then?
To protect corporations. They don't care about your dislikes. They care about the big boys' dislikes.
Yeah.
So this article was posted just yesterday, and it says, when it comes to watching videos on YouTube, you get access to a number of ways through which you can control what appears on your feed, and one of the most prominent features happens to be the option to dislike a video via the button. However, a new study has revealed that pressing the dislike button on YouTube hardly works and does not really prevent similar videos from showing up on your feed. A Mozilla study used an open source web extension called Regrets Reporter and gathered insight into recommendations from thousands of users. It says using the dislike button only stops 12% of unwanted video recommendations. Goes on to say the data showed that the dislike button only stopped 12% of unwanted video recommendations. The team defined a bad or unwanted recommendation video as a video that is similar to the video they had previously rejected. While this might not matter to anyone, this is a disappointing turn of events for YouTube, and it clearly suggests that the company is more than willing to ignore any explicit feedback about its recommendations and a bit to increase the viewing statistics. After all, one would think that clicking something as prominent as a dislike button is going to adjust the recommendations. In such case, what Google and YouTube in extension can do is make the platform more stable, accessible, and easy to understand, especially how a lot of people around the world are using YouTube, and there are times when some videos just become annoying across the board. Of course, it has a link for the full report. I'm not going to read it, but I will go ahead and post the link to that full report into the chat for anybody who wishes to read that report. So that's pretty interesting.
One thing. You guys said it earlier when I was talking about Wizard of Oz, and some bad stuff just came out on it. I missed all of that. I have no idea what you're talking about there.
Basically, they've announced that a remake of The Wizard of Oz is coming out, and apparently this new remake is going to prominently feature LGBTQ plus representation.
Instead of, they're all going to be friends of Dorothy now.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, okay. I can see the Wicked Witch just really saddling up to Dorothy.
It's gonna instead of hello my pretty, it's gonna be ooh, hello my pretty.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
Dorothy's gonna be a black chick trying to get back to the hood. I'm done. Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
And please welcome
Hey, sorry, it was a
Mando
little
on
bit.
fire.
Yep. I was working on a little thing because right now my parents are having me move to the room upstairs, and my room's
Oh, that's
kind of a
done
mess
now?
right now. Yeah,
They're done painting that.
yeah, like they've been done.
Nice.
I just haven't really gotten the go ahead from them yet.
Oh, gotcha.
Until about now.
Okay, cool. Well, if you need help, let me know.
I should be fine, but yeah, let me know off stream.
All right.
How are you doing tonight, Michael?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Doing well. Figured since we had some time, I would go ahead and add a bonus article for tonight's Pop Talk. And I think it's one that will interest all of us who create content on this platform.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Whether, you agree with the decision or don't agree with the decision, well, I will leave that up to you. And you're more than welcome to say your piece on how you feel about it.
Well, good for them for sharing ad revenue with shorts creators, but frankly, I think YouTube shouldn't have gotten into shorts to begin with. Leave that as TikTok's thing, and focus on videos that pretty much have no length.
Yep. This is the first time YouTube's tried to copy someone else and fail, and it won't be the last time.
Yeah, like I agree. Just because I will say this, I kind of use TikTok on a somewhat regular basis, and it's funny because TikTok, you can say, sort of replaced Vine, if you remember that.
Oh yeah,
yes.
that
And
fiasco.
so right now it's just that nothing can really compete with TikTok, just because it's almost like YouTube is for like the older generation, and then TikTok is for like the newer ones, so to speak. And so there's just no way to compare.
Well,
Or
depends on
YouTube's for smart people and TikTok's for retards.
pretty much. It, like I said, it depends on what
Hey,
you want to consume.
Oh, boy.
Like
I'm joking.
it's like YouTube, you got the longer
got
videos,
some
you got the Let's
global
Plays.
there.
Like, I don't see why they're trying to, compete with TikTok. It's like people come to YouTube because they want to consume larger videos.
Exactly.
So
But-
I don't know what they're thinking.
But here's the crazy part. TikTok's also doing the same thing of trying to be like YouTube, where they're increasing the limit of how long your clip is. For the longest time, the longest you could ever do for TikTok was a minute. Then they upped it to 3 minutes, and now, correct me if I'm wrong, Michael, it's 10 minutes now, right?
I was actually tracking that it was going to be going up to 5 minutes, but here's the catch. You can upload videos that are 5 minutes long, but you can't record it. The most amount that you can actually record is 3 minutes. It's kind of a stupid gimmick that they have, but because it just doesn't make sense, but that's fine.
Sounds like to me they're diving into YouTube territory.
I mean, TikTok. There's one thing that I can say. Thank you, TikTok, because TikTok is waking so many like young men up to the horrendous horrors of the dating world. I'm like, do you see what these girls think? They're telling on themselves.
Not just dating world. I mean, even the political world. These people, they have no shame. They have no filter. So they get on TikTok and tell you everything that they're doing. All these teachers and do what they're doing to kids. My God.
Why do you think accounts like Libs of TikTok get so big?
Yeah. They have
because TikTok
content
revolves.
for years with these people.
They just tell themselves. I'm sitting there going, what the hell? Because I remember I was having a conversation with one of my friends a long time ago. Because I was talking about, these gangs spray painting their tags on walls and all this kind of stuff and wearing a specific color. I was like, you know what? These people are dumb. My homie's like, what? Why? I go, because if I ever had a gang, you know what I'm saying, I would run it like a clean operation. We wear suits. We want to be wearing colors. We want to be spraying our areas of operation all over the place for our enemies and the police to to the sniper. We wouldn't be doing no drive-by shooting. To be like a sniper on a building a mile away. And my boy goes, "That's already a thing. It's called the Mafia."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah."
I was like, where's he going with this? I think there's already an organization for that.
I know. I looked at it, I go, "Oh yeah, you're right."
The only thing about it was the Mafia was a lot better with their drive-bys than these guys are.
Yeah.
And they were more professional too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And scarier.
Less collateral damage.
And I do want to say good evening to Alan Copeland. Welcome, brother. And speaking of which, you know what? I'll still read the story, but since Alan's here, and I hope he's still here at least, I'm going to go ahead and give a score update to tonight's Cubs and Marlins game. Because, Alan, I hope you have your W flag ready. Because tonight, the Cubs beat the Marlins by a score of 4-3. You had a home run by Patrick Wisdom. You also had a sac fly by David Bodie. Zach McKinstry scored on an error. And Keegan Thompson, in his first start since coming off the injured list, gets the win. So the Cubs take 2 out of 3 from the Marlins. And now they move on to Pittsburgh to play the Pirates for 4. So let's go ahead and get back to the article. See? Made it short and sweet. I'm sorry, old man?
Wasn't the pitcher a southpaw?
Yes, actually, Keegan Thompson is a southpaw. All right, so getting back to this article from CNBC, it says YouTube will start sharing ad revenue with Shorts creators as the company tries to catch TikTok. And some of the points it has here is YouTube said on Tuesday that it has a new revenue sharing model for creators of popular short form videos. The company is trying to compete with TikTok, which continues to gain market share. YouTube's growth rate in the second quarter was the slowest since Alphabet started breaking out the unit's revenue in 2019. The article goes on to say, as YouTube tries to chase down TikTok in the short video market, the Google-owned company says it will start handing over a bigger slice of advertising revenue to popular creators. Neil Mohan, Chief Product Officer for YouTube, said on Tuesday at the annual creator event Made on YouTube that starting next year, the company will pay a portion of revenue from shorts distributed based on the videos that get the most views. This is the first time real revenue sharing is being offered for short-term video at scale. It's not yet clear how lucrative the opportunity will be for shorts creators because YouTube is providing limited information on the payouts. YouTube said that every month they will pull together ad revenue from shorts. Of that sum, an undisclosed percentage is allocated to creators, and YouTube will pay them 45% of that amount. And it goes on to say popular creators have long been able to make money on YouTube's main site by running ads in their videos and keeping a portion of the revenue. Google launched the YouTube Partner Program in 2007 to enable that to happen. Until now, the only way to make money in shorts was through a 100 million shorts fund that was launched last year. Starting in early 2023, shorts-focused creators can apply to the YouTube Partner Program by meeting a threshold of 1,000 subscribers and 10 million shorts views over 90 days. YouTube said in a blog post on Tuesday, Mohan said, "We started with the Shorts Fund as a first step, but creator funds can't keep up with the incredible growth we're seeing in short form videos. And I have used YouTube Shorts when I have decided I'm not going to do a full episode of the box score. So that's just give you guys an episode of the box score, but in a very quick and short form. without the long form. It goes on to say YouTube is feeling the pressure from TikTok, which has been gaining market share by providing an outlet for people to make short viral videos with music. In the second quarter, YouTube saw its slowest rate of quarterly revenue expansion since Alphabet began breaking out the video units sales in the fourth quarter of 2019. The company said it was testing monetization models for shorts. CFO Ruth Horat said previously that YouTube was being challenged by changes in consumer behavior that favored short videos. It goes on to say in the new revenue sharing model on shorts, creators will receive the same amount of money regardless of whether their videos include copyrighted music, which requires YouTube to pay licensing fees. This lets us remove all the traditional complexities involved with music licensing, Mohan said. Regular YouTube video creators earn 55% of their revenue from ads that pay before or during their videos. In shorts, ads aren't attached to specific videos, but run in between video and in short feeds. Mohan said Shorts has 30 billion daily views and 1.5 billion logged in viewers watching a month, which is unchanged from the numbers the company shared in April. And there was also another news note from their little exhibition yesterday that they're going to allow creators to actually use copyrighted music. But the copyright holder for the music artist gets 50%, and then the content creator gets 50% of that revenue made from that video using the music.
Interesting.
And before I continue here, let's go ahead and welcome...
What the hell are you talking about? Oh, my guidance counselor says that certain words perpetuate this sexist worldview that could trigger...
Quiet! From now on, you won't listen to your guidance counselor. You're going to listen to me. Is that understood?
Yes, Sensei.
Hello, Cash Money.
Hello. Is anybody else hearing a little bit of a popping on Mike's headset, or is it just me?
I don't hear anything.
I haven't noticed.
Okay.
I haven't.
Okay.
Well, if there has been popping, I would love for somebody to
I
let
notice
me know.
it now.
Yeah. Okay. I just want to make sure it wasn't just on my end. You're still clear, Mike. Just a little popping.
I'll make adjustments, and maybe that'll help reduce it.
We're here to help, man.
Yeah. I know you are. I'm not yelling at you. I'm not screaming at you.
He's gonna scream, man. Yep.
Cash Money just coming in and criticizing. That's all he ever does.
I'm not
Phil.
Phil.
I don't know about you, but this
You know
whole
what?
Cash Money right here is probably just part of some Decepticon plan.
That's right.
That's right. We got ourselves Ironhide. Say hello, Ironhide.
What is going on, fellow Autobots?
Leaking lubricant.
Oh my God.
Hello. How are
He
you
was
doing?
like the coolest one, by the way. He was the coolest, in my opinion.
Yes, he was.
Pride depends.
What's
Nah,
the next
Willie
article? Take this one and eject.
And Kitty Bear, yes, you're right, Kitty Bear. Stephen Paul, he crackles now and then. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm expecting somebody to make a meme out of that. Pacific 414, he crackles now and then.
That sounds like a cereal slogan.
I know, right?
Like
Pacific
Captain Crunch.
Pacific 414 Crunch.
Part of a balanced breakfast.
All right.
The snack that crackled back.
So, does anybody have an extra article that you want to talk about, or anything you want to talk about related to pop culture?
I put one in the private chat a little bit ago.
Yeah.
Well, that reaction.
Shout out to Phil for bringing this to our attention. Do you want to talk about it, Pacific, or would you rather?
We
not?
got time. We got time. We got time.
All right, then. Do you want to share it or me? Oh,
I got it, brother. I got it, brother.
all right.
All right, so take this with a grain of salt, and I mean a big grain of salt.
Oh no!
Yes.
Are they talking about the movie?
No!
Yes, yes, yes. So I'm going to go ahead and play a clip.
He said, "Today is a good day to die."
Or is it more appropriate to play this one?
I don't want my pain taken away. I need my pain.
Yes.
Hey,
that
excuse
is
me.
your
I'd just like to ask a question.
Oh,
What does
boy.
God
All right.
in Starship?
Phil's not here, but I'll go ahead and play it. I'll go ahead and play it. Let me get
Bill
to
will
it.
be here though.
Oh God! As Doomcock would say, why must they continue to sodomize the corpse?
Excuse me, I'd just like to ask a question. What does God need with a starship?
God doesn't need a starship. God can go everywhere God wants.
Hopefully, he'll use some of his power to save Star Trek.
And Kitty Bear Stephen Paul says, "Don't make me laugh. My mouth is hurting already." Well, sorry if we made you laugh.
Dude, you're at the wrong place.
Yeah.
Like, what are you thinking?
All right, so exclusive Star Trek 4 recasting Next Generation crew for reboot.
Oh no!
Oh.
Don't go backwards.
Stop it! Get some help!
Stop it. Get some help.
The upcoming Star Trek 4 will feature an appearance by the cast of Star Trek The Next Generation, but with new actors, Sam starring as the iconic crew of the Enterprise D. According to our trusted and proven sources, not only will Star Trek 4 have appearances by Next Generation figures like Jean-Luc Picard, Jordan LaForge, and Worf, it will act as essentially a backdoor pilot for their own reboot movie. We don't need another reboot.
Just continue the flipping story.
Star Trek isn't about going back. It's about moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
To
I want
boldly
my
go
pain.
where
I
no
need my
man has
pain.
gone before.
I
Yes.
need my pain. I want my pain.
No, they're going to give you the pain.
And by
They're
the
give
way,
you the pain.
It's going to be a gigantic thing for all of us.
Yeah.
and by the way, just to make Phil mad, this time Picard's going to be played by Andy Serkis, the
Yep.
same actor who played Snoke.
Oh,
Don't worry.
there you go.
I got an
Well,
idea.
He's going to be playing it as Gollum.
Yeah.
You guys
Specific.
I got
an
you guys
idea.
are completely tripping. This
Okay.
is new Star Trek Next Generation.
Just don't ask any
Picard's
questions.
I'll help you out, Mike.
Just don't ask questions.
Picard's going to be played by Samuel Jackson.
All right, Mike. Whoa. Easy there, Mike. Easy there. We're all friends here.
Did they have to
I'm
put
just
the
showing
orange
off
tip on
my
it?
weaponry, you know.
But
yeah.
Our cops gonna mistake
Easy,
that for a
Ironhide.
real 45 or something, or a real phaser.
Fake
maybe.
phaser, by the way, YouTube. Fake phaser.
And Crit does say it right here because the source is giant freaking robot.
Yeah, if Variety hasn't picked this up or other sites, then we just don't know if this is actually.
But here's the thing: giant freaking robot or not, the fact that we all pretty much agree, giant freaking robot or not, this is something that they could plausibly do.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't put it past them.
Oh, this is Clown World, so yeah, they totally could do it.
I mean, if they're, there's some things they can't touch. I still believe that they can't touch Back to the Future. There's something in the clause that says no, no, no. Hopefully, don't touch that ever. And Citizen Kane, they can't replicate that ever. And if they tried, they would fail miserably. Because you have to have certain chemistry for that. But they
Just
did.
without in the Western Front.
What makes
Right.
you think that Back to the Future would be safe after what they did to Ghostbusters, Star Trek, Star Wars,
They
Doctor
haven't
Who?
touched Back
As
to
long
the Future
as
yet, though.
Zemeckis and Bob Gale are still alive, we won't have a reboot.
There's got to be something in
Because there's
in
a
the
clause in their
that
contract
says-
with Universal that says no Back to the Future reboot.
Hey guys, you might be careful, man. They might have an arrangement to have tea with Putin by Hollywood.
Oh my god!
And
Why
trust me, after seeing a clip from the live action Pinocchio, if that's
Oh,
what
God.
Zemeckis is now, I don't want to see a Back to the Future movie, sequel or otherwise.
No.
See,
I
I
mean,
fear
I never thought in a million years they were going to ever reboot Clash of the Titans, and that happened. But some of this stuff they still cannot touch, as far as I know.
I don't know,
I want to
dude.
believe they can.
If Wizard of Oz isn't safe.
I know.
Right?
I know.
Oh yes, no.
Don't get Crit going on that. He's going to
And
turn
Top Gun
into
2.
Godzilla and burn stuff down.
Top Gun Maverick might have had the unforeseen side effect of emboldening
Yeah.
Hollywood.
Yeah, let's put it this way for Wizard of Oz at the very least. If our mother found out about this, PJ, she would be flipping tables.
I am sure she's found out anyways.
Even still, she would flip tables.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. Because, as I said in our Chaos DM group, The Wizard of Oz is our mother's favorite movie of all time. So
Yep.
Michael and I both have grown up with it. We know it very well. Of course, Mom knows it better than us. If we're bothered by this, imagine how much more she would be.
Yeah.
Remember
what did your mom think of The Wiz?
language?
I
You
don't
have
know
no
if Mom
idea
has
how
even seen The
might
Wiz.
come and what they want to do to the Wizard of Oz.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're gonna do Wizard of Oz. You're playing the one guy, old man, the wizard. Yeah, you're playing the wizard. They're gonna cast you in that.
I'll be
see
Tin
that.
Man since I was him once as Halloween.
We should find that clip of Family Guy. Oh, I fell into you.
I'll be the big fat lion. Put him up! Put him up!
Put him up! Yeah.
If I were the king of the forest.
Oh my god!
Come on, that movie's a classic. How could you
It
not
is.
know that?
It is, man. It is
It's a
classic.
masterpiece.
Yes.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Oh, what a nice
That's
allegory
Mike.
for real life.
Pay no attention to.
Allegory, is that the right word? I don't know.
The makeup was so heavy on the Tin Man that the actor almost died. There's some crazy stories about.
Yeah.
Well, the original actor before that was Buddy Ebsen, and he
Mhm.
did so ill
I
from
remember that
the
actor.
stuff they put on him.
Mm-hmm.
He actually had to drop out, and they replaced him.
Oh.
Wow.
And you would know who he is, Cash, because he was in Beverly Hillbillies.
Right.
Jeb Clinton.
Mhm. Yes, he was also in Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Mm-hmm.
Barnaby Jones.
Back. Yep.
And Bush McFadden says, "Can I be Toto? Wolf, wolf, bark."
You can be anything you want, Mighty Boosh.
And he does ask, didn't they all get cancer from the paint?
No, that's a big myth. They got sick, lead poisoning.
Yeah.
Lead
Right.
paint.
Ooh.
That's why they ask you, did you eat a lot of paint chips when you were a kid?
That's what happened to Buddy Ebsen. They painted him with lead paint.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And then Margaret, God, I'm blocking her last name again. She was the Wicked Witch.
Mm-hmm.
And that one sequence of where it goes poof and she disappears, she got burned like you can't believe on that one.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
That's not good.
Margaret Hamilton.
There's crazy stories, man. I mean, I can tell you guys some stories about some people who ran into Bruce Willis and how much of a douche he was.
Yeah, that's the same as the Wicked Witch getting burned.
Did someone highlight Lord Crit's message? Not the one that he just sent, but the one before that.
The sad part is that's believable.
It is.
Oh.
Don't give them any ideas, Crit. They're watching.
No.
And here's the thing. I can't help but laugh just because of how absurd it is. Not the fact that it isn't possible, because it most certainly is, but just the idea of it is absurd.
You want to know something that's funny?
What?
The 1939 version of The Wizard of Oz was the third remake of that movie.
What?
Yes.
Jeez.
What came before it?
I think the first one was black and white, right?
Yep.
And was also silent.
Jeez.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
technically, the Judy Garland one was black and white first, was it not?
Mm-hmm. Some of it was.
No.
The original part of it was, and then it went.
If you look at the
That's
original,
right. Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm thinking something different.
if you take a careful look at that, when you take a look at Judy, you can tell the color of her eyes in a black and white sequence. It wasn't shot black and white. They turned it that way. It was all shot in color, and there are actual color segments that are out there showing the original opening of that with her singing "Over the Rainbow," and she was actually in color, but they selected all of her clothing to be for black and white. Everybody was wearing clothing that would be for black and white.
Wow.
And
this campaign I did not know.
They used asbestos for the snow there.
Yeah, they're just trying to kill everybody, basically.
That seems safe.
This is why OSHA was created.
There was so many things, not only in that movie, but even other. I mean, in Gone with the Wind, you can't believe how many things in there were taken. Almost killed people.
And here's the sad part about that comment, Crit. I respect Robert Zemeckis as a director, but this movie just was not it. It just it wasn't it.
Yeah.
Like, just because you can slap a well-known director's name on a movie that you basically just rewrote and reanimated doesn't mean it's going to be good.
No.
Well, how much creative control does he have to just direct the human parts of this?
I don't know.
Have any control over the story at all? I mean, or they just cast him as director like they did Sam Raimi for Doctor Strange, and they have massive talent, obviously, but did they get to did they get to use it? Did they have their hands tied? They just gave them a bag full of money so they can put their name on it.
Yeah. How many guys out there have produced something that had their name on it that had absolutely nothing to do with it, just to get their palm greased?
I'm sure lots of different ones.
I forget what movie it was I was just watching here a little bit ago, where they bragged about having some famous actor in it. I never saw him in the whole thing, but he's listed in the credits.
Oh, here's one for you. Max von Sydow in The Force Awakens.
Oh.
Yeah.
Max von Snowden is absolutely unbelievable. I love that guy.
Yeah. And he was
apparently,
yeah, he wasted.
Tom Hardy had a cameo in The Last Jedi, but that ended up on the cutting room floor.
Yeah.
I think like the Venom thing, like the Tom Hardy, it's like Venom is always the star of those movies, but like the second one, they made this kind of connection where Venom and Brock are like kind of a lovers or something. It was weird.
It was weird. Yeah. Especially when they're trying to go up against Carnage at like the very end. Which, by the way, now that they mention it, did you see some of the concept art that was scrapped for the final cut of that movie? It is like brutal. Like, just look it up sometime.
2 was too short. It should have been longer. I don't know.
Yes.
You want more of that? Did you?
I don't know. Carnage wasn't bad. The movie just has its problems. There's some kind of there's a small agenda in there, and then there's some other stuff that's just like, okay. But when Venom talks, that's what always made those movies better. Like, I think the first Venom film is okay. The second one I don't think is not that good at all. And I don't think either of those movies are very memorable. It's all right.
No.
How many people remember the redo that they did of Total Recall?
Nope.
I never saw it, man.
Never
I
seen
watched
that.
it and I can't remember half.
Farrell.
They decided, hey, let's go and do a remake and make it PG-13. You're like, no.
So does that mean that no one basically explodes due to the vacuum of space?
There was no vacuum of space in it.
Yeah, they completely rewrote the whole thing. It's not even. I mean, yeah, it's the same premise, but it's so far away from the original. It's almost a different movie.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's like, would we ever want a remake of Last Action Hero? I don't think so. I mean,
Good God, no. We didn't want Last Action Hero.
What are you talking about? This movie's amazing.
Oh, God.
It was so
I love this movie.
It was so tongue-in-cheek.
He lost some credibility.
Overtime to make fun of himself.
I mean, have you seen my never seen movie list, Adono Boss?
No, I have not.
You don't even want to see the movies that you have seen on that list.
He put Sonic
remember
2
what happens
over
when-
Jaws. No.
Remember what
No.
happened when you were on Doomcock's channel?
I
You
remember,
almost made him explode. Luckily, he had his helmet on.
and I wouldn't have changed a thing.
Wait, what did he do? How did he do that?
Oh.
Would you guys like to see the list?
Oh, boy.
All right. All right. We will look at the list and then we will end tonight's Pop Talk.
Okay.
We'll end it on a high note.
So, for the record, these are movies that I've seen for the first time since starting the channel, and I've ranked them from best to worst.
Hold on to your seatbelts, Autobots, because this is going to be a bumpy ride.
I'm holding on to my seat.
All right.
Hold on to your butts.
Holding on to my butt. My chode.
It's sharing.
All right. Yep. I see it. I'm getting to it.
Have patience. Patience.
Jeez, I know Gap After Dark isn't here. I know my producer's not here. What? Are
Now,
you
Cash,
two in
listen,
cahoots?
I moved it now. Oh wait, never mind. I forgot that's Sonic 1, not Sonic 2. That's staying.
Look, I enjoy Sonic 2. I like both those Sonic movies. I like Sonic 2 a little bit better, but they're enjoyable
No,
films.
Sonic 1 was better than Sonic 2.
Yeah.
Really? You think so?
No, I like
I
two
don't
better
know.
as well.
There was more
Sonic 2
video
had some-
game stuff.
Yeah, but
I know
Sonic 2
you're
had
talking
some-
about the wedding stuff, right? It was stupid. I know.
Well, no, I mean that's part
Oh.
of it. Even the ending, there was some bad writing or bad continuity issues with it.
Well, think about how many films, Anonymous, and there's not many that we've had from adaptations of video games. I mean, you had the original Silent Hill. I don't know if you ever saw that. That was very good. You had the original Mortal Kombat movie. There's not.
I
there's
will
not too
crit.
much.
I'm thinking
There's a
where they're
bunch.
going. Okay.
The Mario one we won't mention, then Tomb Raider, Prince of Persia.
Prince of
I
Persia.
liked.
I didn't hate Prince of Persia, but I understand why you have issues with it, Chaos. It's
Alien
Sorry,
at the
dude.
bottom of the list.
What?
Yes.
Predator
Alien
at the
at
bottom of what?
Oh, don't show it to Doomcock. Don't show it to these other
He's already
YouTubers.
seen this
Don't
list
do
as
it.
it please now.
No,
Actually, I
And
would
again,
have.
I didn't get the
dude.
chance to
Alien.
explain
No.
this to him
No.
when I was there. But the reason that Alien is at the bottom is because I don't like horror movies, and Alien is a horror movie.
Oh, come on, dude. And Predator's at the bottom also?
Wow.
Predator. Okay, Predator. I do not hate.
Ah.
I just like everything
No.
else more than
You have
that.
brought dishonor to your house. Iron Eagle's on there though, so I'll give you respect for Iron Eagle. At
Thank you. Shout out to Nick from Echo Base Network for telling me about that one.
least he has Iron Eagle 1 and not 2 or 3. Ugh.
I can understand the Final Frontier being where it is. I can understand where the motion picture is, but Undiscovered Country?
right?
Again,
It's a very good film.
everything else
man.
above it, I just like
It's a
more.
very good movie. I don't care what
Oh,
it is.
you bring dishonor to this panel.
All right, let me do this. Crit wants me to rank the Godzilla movies we've seen. So we got.
He's
the
doing this
original-
live, folks.
We got
Oh,
the
Lord.
original. We got Mothra. We got Biollante. We got Return of the Godzilla. So first, I got to do Godzilla versus King Ghidorah, and I'm going to put that one between Return of Godzilla. And
Good night,
Biollante.
Kathy.
Good night, Kathy.
Good night, Kathy.
Good night.
And hello, input latency.
I'm gonna put Ghidorah the three-headed monster above 54. Godzilla versus Mothra, or as I call it, Indiana Jones and the battle between Mothra and Batra with special guest star Godzilla. That's gonna go.
Is that a Kingdom
below.
Hearts title in the making, PJ?
Possibly. That's gonna go below Mothra versus Godzilla.
Yeah, the Blob would be in there.
You got Chip and Dale above the Last Starfighter, dude.
Yes, I do, and I stand by that.
You stand alone.
No, I haven't.
Okay, I'm all right with that. And then Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla 2. This is gonna shock a lot of people.
You know,
You really like the Wizard that much, huh?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I don't mean any gimmick infringement or any disrespect toward Doomcock, but if he were here,
I think he'd say something like this. What the hell, man?
Yeah, I know. This is like looking at this list makes me really wish y'all would just, push the button and allow me to get on with my work in the universe.
So
My
yes.
God, you're lucky I put my helmet on.
So yeah, that's
You
where the
haven't
list
watched
sits
the
right now.
new Dune yet?
I have.
Paul? Oh, you have.
I think it's on here.
Put
No, it's not.
I seen A Dune on there, didn't
I'm gonna put
Yeah, 84.
Dune
No.
The original, whatever.
here.
You can put that. All right. I think I like that Dune better than the original, though.
And I'm gonna do this just to make you guys mad.
I? Oh, no, you'd stop it. No, he's just no.
Paul,
you
Paul,
go,
don't
Phil.
make me. Don't make me.
Paul.
be
I think it's out. You go, youngin. Yeah, just one.
I need to take a shower anyway, so throw me out. Do it. I dare you.
I'm gonna go with Phil on this one.
All right, youngster, out you go.
Don't come back. Ever.
Unsub and unfollow.
Good night, Paul.
Don't
Night,
forget to push
Paul.
the button, guys.
Yeah.
Night, Mike.
There he goes.
It's too much. Even though it's a joke, man. Star
Yeah.
Trek 5, the second movie, even Michael can't agree with that. Oh, excuse me, Ironhide. Yes, Ironhide can't agree with that.
Well, I don't know if I've seen that yet, just because I've still got a lot to catch up.
You're not
on
missing
Star
much,
Trek.
dude. My brother told me for many years, don't ever watch Star Trek 5. Don't ever watch it. Don't.
Yeah.
I finally watched it, and it doesn't make me feel much at all.
I mean, I will say this,
Search for a plot.
considering I've recently watched The Last Night recently, and everyone knows how much of a dumpster fire that movie was. I think I'm pretty well equipped to deal with whatever movie Star Trek 5 is.
Well, if you want to watch some stuff that could be considered a dumpster fire, there's The Girl Next Door. Which the only good thing about that is Timothy Oliphant, from what I remember.
I don't know about that one. I've read about it, and I'm not too interested.
I'm not sure that you would ever want to see Reindeer Games, and I don't even really remember much of Mission to Mars except the bad Disney music with the aliens. I think Crit said he likes that one, but
Actually,
I think that's all I remember.
Yeah, I
about
do remember that
movie.
one, actually.
Okay, guys,
Which,
what the Pelicans
funny enough,
bring?
I actually like that movie. Although
is that
it's
the one
been
with Val Kilmer?
No,
the one with the
Fred
guy
Brennan. Yeah.
who played Lieutenant Dan in Forrest Gump.
Yeah,
Pelican Brief,
Gary
Present
Sinise.
Danger.
Yeah, he's a really good actor, but that year, both those movies that he did bombed. Gosh, that was so many years ago.
Hell
And hello, Mora Kitty. Sorry,
Maria
Paul was just sending me a message. So, and Paul, if you're still listening, you're welcome. Thanks for coming on, brother.
Yeah. Paul's actually seen Tombstone, right?
I thought he did actually. I haven't yet.
I don't remember seeing that
That
on his
would
list.
definitely be worth a watch party.
Oh,
for
Tombstone's so good.
Uh,
it is.
It is.
A Tombstone watch party.
The dance.
Why don't we? I'm sorry, old man. Go ahead.
You know that Earp gets so hung up with. She was She was a prostitute.
Yes.
In real life, and they had some pretty risque pictures of her that were taken back then.
Yeah. Yes, I went to Tombstone, and they had some of those pictures hanging up on the wall.
And she's actually
at the Arcade Theater.
She was probably one of the reasons why the West was wild.
Definitely. But yeah, you guys want to watch party Tombstone? We can do it on the Discord.
I'll be your Huckleberry.
Why chaos? Whatever do you mean?
You're not Daisy.
Definitely one of the
You're not
movies
Daisy at all.
Dude, they had some real good ass movies back in the day.
I mean, I'll tell you this, Chaos. I think you would like. I really do. I think you would like Bullet Train. Very good.
Good night, Kitty Bear.
It was good.
I think I might have seen that. Remember Money Train? Speaking of trains,
That was with Eddie Murphy, right? Yeah.
no, I think it was Wesley Snipes and who was the white guy?
What's it? Oh,
He's like, we're brothers. Like what?
Oh, the guy that played Carnage. Dang it.
Woody Harrelson?
Woody Harrelson, yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wasn't that they were in that together? Aren't
Yeah.
you guys thinking about White Men Can't Jump?
No. They were Money
Oh.
Train. They played as I think they were supposed to be brothers, or adopted, and then I think they were both cops, and they ended up robbing the train.
Was it Woody Harrelson?
Are you sure? I don't think. All right,
Well, you know,
somebody look that up.
we have this awesome thing called the internet.
It's
Right?
called IMDb. That's one of the sites. I thought Harrelson and Snipes.
Good night,
only
Input.
one movie.
Thanks for stopping by, brother.
Input,
No,
thank you.
Wow.
It was Woody Harrelson. They're in the same movie together.
The joke of that movie was like, we're
that
brothers.
is crazy. Okay.
This is my brother, and everyone looks at him like, what?
I'm gonna have to watch that again.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. Okay.
All right, guys.
Well-
I think. Go ahead, Cash.
Oh, just saying, like Wesley Snipes is definitely somebody you can make fun of, but he was in Blade. He was
Yeah.
Major League. He's been in some quality films.
Yeah.
Willie Mays Hayes.
Passenger 57.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what was the one who's in with Sean Connery?
Oh,
The two detectives investigating a
was that
Japanese murder or
something
something.
Sun?
Oh,
Rising Sun?
I remember that. That was a good one.
Yeah, the
Yeah, I want to see that one again. Oh yeah.
was it called Rising Sun? I thought there was Sun something in that title.
Yeah, Rising Sun. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. I think now is a good time to wrap up this edition of PACIFIC414 Pop Talk. Go ahead and plug your channels away.
Yep. So I'm gonna turn on my camera real quick, just so that I'm not getting confused. So, do want to plug in Fandomology on behalf of Master Paul, since he's not here. I want to say that, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that for this Animation Friday, we're going to be going over Batman the Animated Series. Would you say that's correct? Or am I getting it mixed up?
Nice.
I'll have to ask Paul because
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
I wasn't
he
sure
is.
what you guys were doing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is. And of course, if you're still in the chat, PJ, if you're willing to drop it in the comment if that's the case, because I'm pretty sure he did. But I do know that this Sunday that we announced on Phantomology yesterday is that on Sunday we will be going over my revisiting of Arcane. So be sure
Nice.
to join us for that. So that's my plug. So thank you.
Very nice. Thank you, Michael. Who would like to go next?
I'll go, I guess. So later on tonight, I'm going to be streaming some Grounded or possibly some Zombies, depending on. Here's my Twitch if you guys want to come check out the madness. Hopefully, Pacific will have some time to help me bring death to the zombie hordes.
We shall see, because I did say to Cash that we would watch a couple episodes of Cobra Kai after the stream was over.
Oh yeah, just let me know. Because we saved our community. I did not think we were going to be able to pull that off.
We only lost one soldier,
Unfortunately.
but he gave up his life for the community.
He died with honor.
And then I came back with a vengeance, and I did a few things.
Yeah, and Arcane is freaking epic. Like right now, the top things I think came out on freaking, I think it was Netflix. Yeah, it's Arcane and freaking not Blade Runner, Cyberpunk, freaking Edge Runner. So good. Too short. I wish there was more, but so good.
Yeah, Mike and I might check that out. Well, I guess I'll go next. There should be this week some live streams. One of them is going to be a game called River City Girls. 2 girls that beat up a lot of people trying to save their boyfriends. This is a series that's been going way back to the NES days. So, you know.
Okay, you have to drop me a link to that. I might have to stop by and laugh.
It's quite funny.
I'll make sure to post a link.
And then Matt Risman and I, because Pacific and I have been talking about stuff, so we haven't quite planned it out yet. But Matt Risman and I should be doing a live stream this week, probably talking about Andor or something else. Well, I'm not sure yet. I have to find out if he's still good for that. So.
Okay.
That'll be an open. Usually the live streams will be open, so on these topics, because I like to listen to what other people have to hear too. So.
Very nice. All right. Anonymous. Anonymous.
Charging my attack.
You done?
Anonymous. Okay, I'm stopping. I can hear you see the coin. You son of a bitch.
I would never say that, Mike. I would never say that.
I'm saying it for you.
Didn't say I didn't think it. I was not going to say it. Okay, everybody come sub to my channel, watch my videos, all the good stuff. I got a couple shorts. They're not shorts. They're short videos. I didn't put them in shorts because I don't really know how to do that yet. And if I'm ever going to do that, I don't know. So just a couple poking fun at Rings of Power. I haven't made a full-blown video on Rings of Power. I don't think I will, although there's plenty to make fun of. But I am thinking about starting to make a video on Quantum Leap. I watched first episode of that, and there is plenty of stuff I can
the usual stuff.
A wheel vomit in there.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. So I would like to make fun of that. So I might start in on that, so we can look for that within the week or maybe a little more. I don't know. I'm pretty busy right now. I'm even trying to. I'm sketching out some stuff to maybe enter into Eric July's contest. I don't know if I'm going to do it. I try to make
contest.
The art contest. So
MST 3000 on it.
Do what?
MST 3000.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what my videos do. So, except for I'm by myself and I just make fun of all that stuff. So, yeah, well, man, go watch my videos. You might like them. You might get a laugh out of them. Okay. So yeah, hopefully I'll get it done by the end of the week or before then. But if not, just wait for it. That's all I can say.
All right. And as for me, well, as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, I will be trying out the beta to the new Dragon Ball game that's available on Steam. And I will also be trying out Gundam Evolution. And of course, I will probably at some point, when I fit it into whatever time and schedule I can fit it into, I will also continue my Tomb Raider stream, and of course, I will also try to squeeze in an episode of the Box Score in there as well. Now, as far as Cobra Kai is concerned, Cash and I, as you all know, are going to be watching a couple of episodes tonight, and then he and I will decide when we want to, talk about the episodes that we've seen, both here on Pacific 414 and also Phantom Hooligans.
And as far as channels go, I don't have one. So consequently, I want to tell everybody out there, there are 5 people in here that have one. Watch them. They're great.
And what I'm going to do before I leave is I'm going to put Baron's link in there. Hopefully Nightbot hasn't fallen asleep. And let's see. We also have an appearance by Nerdporial. It says, does Mike have a favorite Gundam show? Honestly, since I've only seen the original movies, I'm going with that so far. Once I get into the TV shows, I'll be able to tell you whether or not I like one over another. But right now, the original 3 movies are what I'm enjoying so far.
Yeah, Gundam C is pretty good, and G Gundam is just ridiculous, but it's fun.
And Nerdporial has one here for you, old man. He says you need to start a channel.
Dude, really? Oh man, I got an idea for your channel. All you do is just pick a story from your past and lay it out, write some notes down about it, and get your points laid out, and just tell a story from your past.
Well,
just sit there and tell a story, and then upload it.
I can short on the proper way to pass gas.
I don't know if that'll make it. But you never know. It's a clown world, so people might like that.
Have you ever seen Depends? They are clowns.
Yeah.
And Crit is saying that his big audio project is coming up. If you like the Star Wars Book of Old, you will surely like this. And I'm going to go ahead and put your link in there, Crit.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And also, I do want to give a small plug to Nerdporial, since not long ago he actually released a retrospective of Ocarina of Time. It was one of his largest projects, and I think he did a very good job with that. So
yeah,
that's a free plug from me, representing Nerdporial. So there you go.
And I'll jump in and agree with you on that one.
Mm-hmm.
And Nerdporial says, old man, just rant about whatever.
I thought I'd do that now.
And Nerdporial also says, ASMR is another idea for old man.
ASMR.
It's not a sexual thing. It's okay.
Not inherently, but it could be.
And Nerdporial is doing a callback to Airplane, to Everest Productions. Don't call us Shirley.
Oh. Do you know what the gentleman question there that said, don't call me Shirley? You know what his favorite thing to do for years and years, going all the way back to war with the day the earth stood still. He would put
what did Leslie Nielsen like to do?
And he walked around. His favorite toy was a whoopee cushion that he put on people.
I could see him doing that.
Yeah.
He really did. He confessed it.
He was a comedy legend of our time. I mean, yeah, a lot of people know him from the Naked Gun movies.
Yeah,
as Frank Drebin, but he had comedic timing. But he also had a serious role, and one of the first things that I'm sure many people saw him back in the 50s was Forbidden Planet.
Yes, and that's what he was for a long time. He was the hero, straight man, handsome guy that the ladies all supposed to fall in love with.
Yeah, I mean, he is the Naked Gun movies, and yes, there is like bathroom humor and stuff, but the thing is, there's so much more to those films than that. That's why it's so. But when they put bathroom humor, it sounds so funny, bathroom humor. When they put that into stuff like Marvel, where it's never been before, it just always feels out of place.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to acquire Naked Gun 3 to do my last video.
I still think it's a pretty funny movie, dude.
Yeah, for what I used a clip, and it was like I started watching the whole sequence, and they were like in the 70s, and he pulled out a pack of cigarettes, that dumb girl, and just cigarette, and she goes, "Yes, I know." The way they did it was just freaking hilarious. I was like, God.
Well, didn't he also have a sequence where he was going to have safe sex with Presley?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Body condoms.
Yes.
Wow.
Yep.
That's a nice beaver.
Yeah.
Yeah. The sight gags.
Anything for a fellow Autobot nerd portal.
Hey,
That's right.
Megatron.
God.
Ricardo Montalban is in the Naked
first
Gun.
one, yes.
Yep.
Yes.
As is Priscilla Presley.
Yep.
And yes, O.J. Simpson.
Oh yeah.
No. He's just stunned. He falls off, and that was, of course, filmed at Dodger Stadium, which is funny.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here as fireworks are going off in the background.
Yeah. Go watch my new video and see if you can spot what I pulled out of Naked Gun 3.
The one where he went flying across the floor into the Queen.
Mm-hmm. You can't beat classic comedy.
Nope.
Nah, can't get away with it these days, though.
Nope, sadly not.
Somebody will come back with it. I don't know when, but somebody probably will and say, "The hell with it, I'm done."
Was it the Naked Gun movie? See, I haven't seen him in a while, but I remember the scene where like Jenna, or I can't remember, one of the porn stars was like, they were at a ball game, and he wanted, like, the guy Nick with her wanted to shut her up, so she's like sucking the chrome off a trailer hitch. She had it like all over her face. So I got it all off this one. What do you want me to do now?
Was that a Naked Gun? I'm trying to remember.
It was in one of those kind of movies. I could have swore it was Naked
I think
Gun.
it was. Either Nick.
Yeah, when he was like the umpire or something.
Oh yeah.
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 Well, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and head out just because I got work in the morning. So thanks for having me.
Not a problem, Mike.
All right, Mike.
On that note, once again, I want to thank Mando on Fire for being on, Old Man for being on.
Thank you.
Cass, thank you for being on. Anonymous, thank you. Chaos, thank you very much. Paul from Phantomology as well, and also Phil McCracken. And I want to thank Lord Crit for stopping by. Thank you very much. Nerporial Lifeform. Subscribe to the Nerporial Lifeform. He's not a hack. He makes good videos. We also had Green Lantern 345. Thank you, Green Lantern. We also had Bush McFadden. Thank you. Appreciate it, brother. And we had Input Latency.
Yes.
We also had Moira Kitty. And Kitty Bear, Stephen Paul. We also had fellow Cup fan Alan Copeland. And we also had, gotta keep scrolling up, Kathy Skywalker. Thank you, Kathy Skywalker, for stopping by. We also had, gotta keep going. Keep them doggies rolling, rawhide. We had Leia Rose.
Yes.
Thank you, Leia Rose. And of course, Old Man. And Anonymous. We also had Janet from Another Planet.
Yes.
Nice.
Cobra, Disney Jedi. From the Digital Department of Defense. Chaos, also known as TKO.
Yo.
And we also had Lorenzo's Sleestack. Thank you very much. And let's see. I don't want to miss anybody. I hate it when I miss somebody and then I remember after the fact. And we also had Superman, Adam Shawhan, who I appreciate you coming on Sunday, and also Joker Voice and Bush McFadden were on Sunday as well. And of course, we had Phil McCracken.
Unleash the Kraken.
And we also had JT Gunn, Late Night with Cap. Thank you very much. And of course, earlier tonight, we had Baron Orman Tag. Thank you, Baron.
And he didn't
thank
either.
I know. I figured something came up, so don't worry. There's always another episode of Pop Talk that he'll be able to pop in. And
Old man's like, where was he? Where's the trigger?
I gotta be on him. I mean, you guys gotta know who I am and who Baron is, right?
Yeah.
And we always joke around
Well,
here.
it's my privilege, as such, to be able to rag on him.
True. He would do the same to us.
Absolutely.
So, thank you all so very much. If you like what you saw here, be sure to leave a like before you go. Share this stream with your friends and family and anyone who you think might be interested. And consider subscribing to the Pacific 414 YouTube channel, because I not only recap Cub games, but I also do episode reviews, movie reviews, live streams, talking with great folks like you see on the panel right now, Anonymous, Chaos, Cash, and Old Man. But I also do game streams as well. I not only do them here, I also do them on my Twitch channel. So thank you all very much. Have a great night, and I will see you all later. Take care.
Take care.